Joseph D'Souza, Royal Pager Community. I had a situation happen just a week ago. It got me thinking. I was working out with a buddy of mine. He was upset. He received a notice to vacate his property. He was given an eviction notice. And the reason for it, apparently, that the landlord wants to sell the property and move on, etc. And so, interestingly, when he was given that eviction notice, his wife ended up just randomly putting the address of where he's living. And wouldn't you know, the landlord not only trying to sell the property, but is also listed for rent at $500 more. So how does he handle such a situation? My first question is, well, what kind of notice were you given? Well, he told me that, the landlord sent an email. It was an official email, and then it was followed up by a conversation over the phone. But is that official? Is that notice recognized by the LTB, the Landlord Tenant Board? No. I'm going to just share a couple of points with you. First of all, what does a official notice to evict looks like? Well, you get a form called the N12. N12. This is what it looks like. It's filled out. The reason why an eviction's taking place. Now, what's highlighted in this two-page form is the landlord must either pay 1 month rent or find another suitable accommodation that is acceptable to you as the tenant. But what's interesting, just because you're given 60 days notice doesn't mean you have to pack your stuff up and leave. It clearly mentions that you do not have to move out if you disagree with what the landlord has put in his notice. And that's a notice that is legally recognized. So you can actually appeal the eviction through an arrangement with the tribunal and you schedule a date. Incidentally, that date is about 6 to 8 months from a number of clients I've spoken to. So that buys you some time. The other thing, and I've never seen this ever in my career, where a proper eviction is followed through. Never. In fact, when you look at how a notice should be given, what happened, you have to file an application. The landlord was the LTB filling out this form. You can click on the link. There's a fee of about $175, $200, followed by the form. There's a certificate of service. And again, this is outlining how and when notice was given. Never, ever seen this step ever followed through. So something you should note. So, I mean, as for my friend, he has an opportunity not only to appeal, but to basically to stay put because obviously the eviction was on bad faith. So there you go. That's some rights as a tenant. But what about as a landlord? What are some tools and resources and maybe a strategic way of vacating your property so you can sell it or you can move in without the headache of the LTB? I'm going to post another video to empower you landlords of a solution that can come into play and resources you have. Again, all ties in with strategic negotiating with your tenant. And then the third video, there's a lot of properties on the market. Even when we were dealing with a robust seller's market, when the properties were tenanted, they either didn't sell or they sold significantly at a reduced price because of liability. People don't want to deal with tenants. Often tenants don't keep the home nicely staged. There's dirty dishes, there's clothes all over the place. And if they don't want to stay, guess what? You oftentimes run into cooperation issue in being able to access the property to show the property. My third video, I'm going to look at basically if you're out in the market, you're looking for a great deal, how you can significantly save a ton of money on a property that is currently occupied by a tenant. So we have some resources for you as well. So enjoy the video and stay tuned for the next two videos.